Antonio Agostinho Neto was born on September 17, 1922, in the small village of Caxican, Angola. This humble beginning would be the starting point of a remarkable journey. His parents, both dedicated teachers, instilled in him the importance of education from a very young age. They believed that knowledge was the key to unlocking a brighter future, not just for their son, but for their entire community. Neto attended a Methodist mission school, where he excelled in his studies. The school was a beacon of learning in the region, and it was here that Neto's intellectual abilities began to shine. At the age of 17, Neto moved to Luanda, Angola's bustling capital, to continue his education. This move marked a significant step in his academic journey, exposing him to new ideas and opportunities. To support himself while studying, Neto worked in the Colonial Health Service. This experience not only provided him with financial stability, but also gave him a first-hand look at the healthcare challenges faced by his fellow Angolans. In 1948, Neto traveled to Portugal to pursue a degree in medicine. This was a bold move, as it meant leaving his homeland to study in a foreign country. He attended the prestigious universities of Coimbra and Lisbon, where he further developed his intellectual curiosity and academic prowess. These institutions were renowned for their rigorous academic standards and vibrant intellectual communities. It was during his time in Portugal that Neto's political consciousness began to take shape. He became increasingly aware of the social and political issues affecting his homeland and the broader African continent. He witnessed firsthand the injustices of colonial rule and the plight of his fellow Angolans living in Portugal. These experiences deeply affected him and fueled his desire to fight for justice and equality. This experience ignited within him a passion for justice and equality that would shape his life's work. Neto's early life and education laid the foundation for his future role as a leader and advocate for his people. While studying medicine in Portugal, Neto joined student groups opposed to Portuguese colonialism. These groups were a melting pot of ideas and aspirations, where young minds debated the future of their homelands. It was here that Neto's political consciousness began to take shape, influenced by the fervent discussions and the shared dream of liberation. He began writing poetry that expressed the suffering and aspirations of the Angolan people. His verses were not just words on paper, they were a call to action, a reflection of the collective pain and hope of a nation yearning for freedom. His poetry became a beacon of resistance, inspiring many to join the cause. Neto's powerful words resonated with many, and he quickly became a leading voice in the growing movement for Angolan independence. His poetry was recited at rallies, passed around in secret meetings, and became anthems of the struggle. The impact of his words was profound, uniting people from different walks of life under a common goal. In 1951, Neto returned to Angola, where he worked as a doctor while secretly organizing for independence. His medical practice brought him face to face with the harsh realities of colonial rule, further fueling his determination to fight for change. He used his position to build networks and spread the message of resistance. He joined the Movimento Popular de Libertação de Angola, or MPLA, a group fighting for Angola's freedom from Portuguese rule. The MPLA was a diverse coalition of individuals united by their desire for independence. Neto's involvement brought a new level of organization and strategy to the movement. Neto's charisma, intelligence, and commitment to justice made him a natural leader. His ability to articulate the aspirations of the Angolan people and his unwavering dedication to the cause earned him the respect and admiration of his peers. He became a symbol of hope and resilience. However, Neto's activism attracted the attention of the Portuguese authorities. They saw him as a significant threat to their control over Angola. His every move was monitored and he was constantly under surveillance, but this did not deter him. He was arrested in 1960 for his political activities and imprisoned for 2 years. The arrest was meant to break his spirit and silence his voice, but it had the opposite effect. His imprisonment only highlighted the injustices of the colonial regime and garnered more support for the independence movement. Despite facing imprisonment and torture, Neto refused to be silenced. In the confines of his cell, he continued to write, turning his pain into powerful prose that further fueled the resistance. His writings smuggled out of prison became rallying cries for those on the outside. His spirit remained unbroken, and his commitment to the cause of Angolan independence only deepened. Upon his release, he emerged even more determined, his resolve strengthened by the hardships he had endured. Neto's journey from a student activist to a national leader is a testament to the power of resilience and the enduring fight for justice. After his release from prison, Antonio Agostinho Neto went into exile, first to Cape Verde and then to Congo-Brazzaville. These moves were strategic, allowing him to evade Portuguese authorities while continuing his work for Angolan independence. From exile, he continued to lead the MPLA in its armed struggle against Portuguese colonialism. The MPLA, or the Popular Movement for the Liberation of Angola, was at the forefront of the fight, engaging in guerrilla warfare and mobilizing the Angolan people. Neto traveled extensively, garnering international support for the Angolan cause. He spoke at international conferences, met with world leaders, and addressed crowds abroad, tirelessly advocating for Angola's right to self-determination. Under Neto's leadership, the MPLA emerged as the leading force in the fight for Angolan independence. His ability to strategize and inspire was crucial in uniting the movement and keeping the momentum going. He united various factions within the movement and forged alliances with other African nations. These alliances were vital, providing the MPLA with resources, training, and international legitimacy. Neto's strategic vision and unwavering determination were instrumental in advancing the struggle for liberation. His plans were meticulous, and his speeches galvanized the people, instilling a sense of purpose and hope. The Angolan War of Independence raged for over a decade, with the MPLA fighting against both Portuguese forces and rival liberation movements. The conflict was brutal and protracted, but the MPLA's resilience never wavered. Throughout this tumultuous period, Neto remained a beacon of hope and inspiration for the Angolan people. His presence was a constant reminder of the possibility of freedom and the importance of their struggle. His unwavering commitment to independence and social justice sustained the movement through its darkest hours. Neto's passion and dedication were infectious, motivating his followers to persevere despite the immense challenges they faced.